Smell this stuff.
Palo Santo, yeah.
The what?
Palo Santo.
Oh, there's a couple of things or something. Wow, really a strong smell. Smell that?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Oh, that one.
Popote. Wow, it smells so good.
Really good smells, huh?
Yeah.
They stink good. They're good stinkers. You're a good stinker. You hear that?
Yeah, they just passed here.
We got geese flying really low. We could actually feel the wind from their wings. Okay, well, ona ga diwa higa jokwa. So what don't see is nyardi. Gazit dans Rio, Yujets Kahoe Noje on Dudgets Gwen is star, no after Rooney. Retino would do Goronga Gari, I guess, yet the Sota as the Tonka Garakwa. Yet in the stars in Honzagi, then a way we scut Neganongwe. Retino would do so weird and it could don't head to that Gawis of Wades in the Ganator, the Gerda, and a Fuego of Wazade on Upasoma. Retino would do. Dave, what that Dave? I have a hard time to remember that. Dave, what the Dave? Zevano Sesrono, Dono, Rodino Sesrono, Dono, Abuego, Ungue Hoe. They tell me what I'll do. Yet the sort of one on there on the headstone, they're going to go real that the house. Dan daar we on headset, dat het stasser aan genoemd. Dan daar we on headset, dat het stasser aan. Als het niet gaat daar again, kan je gaan hagen, dat die niet door, dan het daar Ronnie, dan riskeren we. Dan daar we aan gatser, go on a go, ga je aan de rest go naar Scana. Ori wheel, kari we go die schoenser, dan gaat het stasser. Dan daar we on headset, Okay, so as you know, that every time that we get together for council meeting, ceremony, anything of importance, we always have to carry out a Monte God with Decwa first. This is where we identify and give thanks to the things within creation that have created us and the things that we need to continue to sustain us. And so we always begin by giving our thanks to the great spiral of creation. And when you look up into the nighttime sky, you're not looking into cold, dark, empty, lifeless space the way that non-native science would lead you to believe. No, instead you are looking into the living, vibrant body of our great mother. And so we give thanks to her, to Sky Woman, as it is she who has given us spirit. From there, we give our thanks to the beating heart of our Mother Earth, to Grandma Moon, as she who regulates the flow of the lifeblood in all things. And so we give thanks to her, to Grandma Moon, as it is she who has given us blood. From there, we give our thanks to our Mother Earth, regardless of what color you are, what language you speak, where you've grown up from Mother Earth, or what you imagine divides us. Regardless of these things, we all come from the same mother, making us all one family, sisters, brothers, cousins, all relations all together. And so we give thanks to her, to Mother Earth, as it is she who has given us body. From there, we give our thanks to all the women, from the newest born baby girl to the eldest grandmother, as they carry the sacred title of life giver into the world and are to be honored and respected as such. We give thanks to them, for in this world, they give us purpose and direction. Oh, good maple. Let's see, from there, where do we go? The spirit that connects all things, all things through all creation, Absolutely everything that you could think of and imagine here on Mother Earth, the things that you know and don't know. And everything within our solar cell, within our galactic cell, within the body of Sky Woman herself, and absolutely everything that has received its spirit, comes into being through the spirit of Sky Woman. It is from this one starting point of where the dream has taken on physical reality, and the dream, the diversity of Sky Woman's dream grows from there. And we give thanks to the mothers in all strains of life, as it is they that give birth to the diversity of Sky Woman's dream. And from there, we give our thanks to all the waters and all the medicines in all the shapes and forms they come in. And just to remind yourself that you are medicine. You're 100% water. Your grandparents are 100% water. They are medicines to you. You are medicine to them. You don't, maybe you don't remember, but probably the first day that you were alive in this world, your grandparents held you. Without you knowing that connection made to you immediately, the love of what they put into you, the happiness of how you made them feel. And that was your continuous journey with your grandparents supposed to be, if everybody had a good relations the way it's supposed to be. And so they give all the love and all the medicine to you, and so you are that to them also, without you knowing it. The first day that you were born into the world, you were a medicine to your grandparents. They were so happy to see you. They were so happy that you were here in the world now with them, and that they were now gifted you. They had received the greatest gift of all creation, you coming into the world. And so your medicine to each other, your medicine to your husband, to your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend, your friends. And so this is for you to always remember that you are this medicine, no matter what. You are this energy within the world. It's like, if you can imagine, an electric cable with power within it, power and energy, no matter what, it's there. If the wire was bare, no matter what it would touch, that energy would be felt. This is you, whether or not you are aware of it. So from the first instance that you come into the world, you are medicine for all your loved ones, and all along throughout your life, even right up into this second, you're medicine for the people that you meet throughout your day. As you know, there are people that you'll meet in your day, and they'll have this bright, happy, smiling face, and they'll make you feel happy and bright. And then there's other people who just have this this look that just makes everybody's stomach turn. And that medicine is being misused. So to be aware of your medicine, be good to your grandparents, to your parents, to your friends, to your wife, your husband, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Be good. If you're gonna be, don't be bad. Don't do anything that is bad in any of those relations. Why would anybody ever screw somebody over? Why would anybody ever do something that would piss off everybody or to upset the apple cart, so to speak, you know? And so these are people that are unaware. They are like the elephant in the china shop. They're just unaware of life. This is the majority of people in the world, as to being unaware of what this life is, what it is, what it's for, what it means, how you fit into it, what your special role is here within creation, within the non-native world, disconnected from reality. Nobody ever realizes. You can go through your entire life without your special power realized, as to even know what it is and to apply it. You might think right now, maybe you're an accomplished artist, maybe a painter, a singer, or you're a movie star, or you're an iron worker or something, a carpenter, accomplished. And you may think that this is me. without realizing that you were just relegated into a set of decisions of saying that um, what's the phrase there? Like the lesser of two evils, like you're choosing when you're in school and you're told, oh, you got to get a career, and they put in front of you these limited amounts of careers that you can only be these things. You can only be a destroyer of stuff. So within there, people who don't fit in, who don't want to drive a bulldozer, who don't want to be in the army, pick up a gun and kill people, or they don't want to do these other things or that, they're relegated to what's there. And what's there for people who don't want to be a part of the corruption of the systems that's there? Well, you're relegated to like a certain caste of an art. Either you're an artist, like I said, a painter or a poet or a dancer or something. There's no way to, no actual place for you to realize your full and maximum potential, your full power in the non-native world. For this, you need Longhouse. Longhouse that gives you the starting point from, like the saying, that being a hub of a wheel. If you think of a bicycle wheel and you're the hub, then from there, all the spokes going out in all directions. It's only the Longhouse that offers any direction, all the possibilities. But of course, not like in the non-native world. You can join the military. That corrupt of that, you're going to get a job to kill people. Imagine that. Why not just be a hitman for the mafia? Why would you have to go on the other side of the world, leave your family, and get paid pennies to go and kill people over there? Why you could just stay at home right here and join the mafia and kill people over here and get rich? And what's the difference between somebody who's in the mafia and somebody who's in the military? It's just a larger mafia. And it's just doing work for a larger mafia interest. So, what everybody is seeing right now as what is playing out in the world. Everybody thought there was a war that was going on in Ukraine, a war between Russia and Ukraine, supposedly. We identified right from the start that I mean, no way in hell was that a war. No way that this is and has been some type of AI influence, distraction, bunch of things, business deals culminating into like what happened after that spawned World War One. A bunch of bad business deals. A bunch of bad business deals that somebody tricked you into putting your life savings into something, and then you realize that you lost the family farm. And then at that point, then, well, you got to do something. So you try to fight for what you willingly gave up. Well, this is where the whole world is finding themselves right now, because they gave up something. And once you give something up, you can't get it back. It's like getting getting a part of you. Like if you cut off your finger or something, it's not going to grow back. You're not going to get that back. Now, this is where the whole world is coming to, but this is where the native people have been for quite some time, and in particular here in Gunnawagit. But at the brunt, at the business end of the spear of genocide. And so when you're under the gun like this, and of course the things that you can do are limited. And so the people have limited themselves into a very limited set of options. And when you do this, then what you might be thinking, this is what I would like to do. After that point, no way, because you've already relegated yourself into a limited amount of options. And so tonight we're gonna be on a roller coaster ride about these options that are here that we're dealing with, that we're navigating with. Everybody, tonight, this is going to be a very different type of interaction. If you've been with us in the past, then you're aware of quite a few things. but you were not aware of what's gonna transpire tonight. This is going to be very different. It's a big roller coaster ride tonight, so get ready. And it's not for children, not to say that there's anything gonna be, bad, but it's not for the faint of heart tonight. You gotta be ready for what you're gonna hear. So there's only a few issues, and first off, I wanna address an issue of what is my two sons are currently experiencing. And I'm how we done our Rakwayesu, that unfortunate that their grandfather on their mother's side has passed away this afternoon. The majority of everybody in Ganawagi knew him as Wiggy. His name, of course, was Ronnie. I don't know if it was Ronnie or Ronald. I know it was Ron or Ronnie and Ross, but everybody knew him as Wiggy. He was back in the day. He was a big man in everybody's lives here in Ganawagi who were iron workers. People used to go to him on Saturdays and Sundays when he'd be back from New York. Go to his house and go get jobs off of him. And he'd put the boys to work and travel back and forth to New York. He was a good man that took care of his family in that way, provided for them. He was a very well-known man in New York in the construction industry all the way around. But to iron workers, he was very well known. I believe he was 361. I think he was 440, 40. I think it was 361, yeah, because I traveled with him a couple of times. Once back to New York and then back to New York this way one time. I had missed a ride. And there was you just call whoever, call one of the boys. Hey, anybody still going back? Anybody got room? Anyways, I jumped in, I had a ride with him, and what the heck was the other guy's name? Him, Wiggy, and they were both well known to all the iron workers, especially to the younger guys, because the older guys, the ones established, they were something that we looked up to. It was back in the time when there was still, you could say, like a community-wide respect for each other, that we weren't to the degree of wherever everything is now, where people don't even know each other. You could see somebody out there and not even know that they're from Ganawagi, not have any clue who they are, no reputation or nothing. Nobody, you wouldn't even know them. So, but anyways, so he passed away this afternoon. I'm not sure what time. And I'm not really sure what the cause was, but it really doesn't matter. It was that his time had come. He was probably, no, I would imagine he must have been in his mid to late 80s, if not in his early 90s. I don't know. I can't say, but I don't think there's anybody in Ganawagi that had anything bad to say about that guy. So just to say that one of the good old iron workers is gone from Ganawagi now. Say from the glory days of ironworking, back in when ironworking was real, not when it was the fake thing of what it is today now, where you got to tie off every 2 inches. Your average person wouldn't know what that means, but So, anyways, yeah, for my two sons, their mom, and their whole family, everybody, that all the best to them. That in this time of their grief, that just if you are friends with them or family, even to remember when people are in this time, they forget to do things. They lose even the spirit and drive, even to feed themselves. So bring them food. You got food. Anyways, that family always known for big meals, cooking. A lot of good cooks in that family. So I don't know if they got anything to worry about on that level, but just to help. Sometimes when somebody's lost a loved one, You gotta remind them even to do their laundry. Hey, don't forget, did you check your mail? Stuff like that, you know. Because in a time like that, the mind becomes thinking about other things, so. Okay, so for anybody in Ganawagi and even the other Ganawagahaka communities, because I know that he had on his jobs men from Sasne, from Ganasadagi, other communities, so a lot of people knew him. If you knew Wiggy Ross, otherwise Ronnie or Ronald, I'm not sure. But Wiggy, no, he just passed away today, so yeah, with that. Okay, now there's a couple of things that we're gonna address here tonight specific. So the first thing we want to just get out of the way is an issue of what took place between us and there's a team at an administration team at the Olympic Stadium here in Montreal that they're tearing down the roof and redistributing materials to the public for community projects and stuff like this. Do we have that video just to share? Okay, just to get people up to the visual image. A couple of weeks ago, well, to give you the rundown, in November, we were invited to, oh no, not that video. Well, that one too. The one that I did a couple of weeks ago, that we did outside of the Olympic Stadium. But we can share this one too. Maybe just let a little bit of this play right now, and I'll describe what was happening. Maybe without the song. Okay, so this is a big issue, and when we get through this, you're going to see and understand why this is a big issue. Okay, so this is back in November. Here we are. We're at the Olympic Stadium, and we were invited last minute. All the people that you see there, these people were informed of this project months ago. They've already been since last summer, actually, if not even some of them before that. They were notified as to what was going on at the Big O. They're tearing down the roof and they're dispersing the materials. So all of these people that are there are from, I don't know, something. They got some plan, community project or something. And so when we went there, we were, maybe you can fast forward a little bit, you know, shift through, just showing me, nobody knows what that is. But yeah, there's certain things, changing things the way that we do. So just think in the past. Oh, more than that, when we're done on the floor, go halfway to that instead. Okay, so are you still seeing this? Still share?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is here, we're on the floor and we're just going through showing some materials that they're giving away. Of course, what's there is steel and cables and stuff like that, but there's other stuff that isn't shown here. Wood, construction materials, there's plywood that is used in the construction, 2x4s, 2x6s, 4x, and 1 foot by 1 foot BC fir timbers, 118 of them. They are 18 feet long each. So 118 of those were to be given away, dispersed to community projects. Okay, so we were there. Okay, we could stop sharing this one. Maybe if you can now just look for that other one. Okay, so when we were there, we met the administration team in charge of it and the head of their team. What do they call? What was he called? Not his name, but the head of the team, anyways. Whatever their title is. And they were happy. They were so happy that some native was there. We were the only native. Very accommodating to us. Very considerate, taking into consideration that we had just heard about it that day, that we were invited to it and we went to it. But when everybody else was already at least 6 to 8 months involved in this project. So everybody else had 6 to 8 months to create plans, job blueprints to do whatever designs or whatever that they had to do. We were there, right, just showing up on the scene with no background knowledge as to what is going on. Oh my goodness, the generator. Okay, I'm gonna have to go out in a minute apparently to turn the generator back on. But until then, yeah, so they accommodated us. They set up a Zoom, a Teams meeting with us where we could give them the full disclosure of what our project is and all of that. And at this Zoom meeting, that we had a whole team there of designers, engineers, architects, professionals of even like
Construction there, the cranes are still there.
even accountants, group of volunteers. We had a whole team with us. I don't know, there was about 8 to 10 of us, I think. So at the Zoom, in the Zoom meeting, everything went perfect. We presented all our plans. It was actually plans that we had from before the pandemic, where there was a group of volunteers in the city, designers, engineers that were volunteering to build a bunkhouse for us, that where we would house people that were coming here from around the world, to coming here for education, to learn. So it would be a combination of a place that could house people temporarily, of course, and where like a conference room where teachings can take place. Okay, so be a minute. Oh no. No remote? Where is it? Okay, so in this Zoom, everything was going perfect and they were accommodating us and they knew we gave them all the plans, everything, all of this stuff, everything was good. And they knew that the architect and engineers that we had on our team, because this was in December, right around the holidays, they knew that we didn't have them access to them. So they took this into consideration and we're basically going off of the fact of that we could take, said that we could take any amount of materials that they could give to us. And given the size of the building, that it would justify all of those timbers and plywood, whatever, construction stuff anyways. So everything was going fine in this meeting until right near the end. One guy who didn't speak had very, very limited interaction. He came out and he said, what if the band system was to be involved? And I told him, I said, well, then forget about it. We'll have nothing to do with your project because you have nothing to do with the British imposed genocidal elected band system. Anyways, okay, so then that meeting's over. So then, I don't know, a couple of weeks later or a month later, they send us an intern. So as soon as they sent an intern, a new person to be the intermediator between us and the team. As soon as they sent this intern, we knew that. What's the intern for? The intern is the person that they're putting up there to come and say no to us. And of course, since we met all the criteria, the only reason that they would say no to us is because we weren't accepting their demand that we accept the band system. They work exclusively with the band system, which is a genocidal entity established by Britain to complete the systemic racial genocide upon all Native people. So the fact that the province, because this team, the head of the team, told us that all of decisions concerning the Big O, concerning the roof and everything being back to the public, it goes right to the top. They said in Quebec City. So who is that right to the top in Quebec City? That's Legault. In December, around the same time, Legault made an agreement with the sellout mayor here in Ganawagi, where the band system recognizes Quebec as a nation. And since then, Quebec has actually been projecting itself as a republic. Anyway, so Britain established the band system as the genocidal entity to genocide upon our people, and Quebec will only recognize them, and only if we recognize the band system. So this is systemic racial genocide. That, oh no, we're only eligible as natives only as long as we accept and acknowledge the band system. Okay, so anyways, this intern that came in said this, basically told us, sent us a very short statement. Oh, your project was denied. Not for any reasons or anything, but denied. The only native participation there, and denied. Anyways, so what we're going to do right now is we're going to get right to a document that we wrote and sent back to them finally yesterday. So let's go to that document. So this is right now, it's the latest battlefield of the systemic racial genocide that is being inflicted upon all Native people. Okay, I'm gonna, son of a, God damn it. Second time. Okay, I'm gonna have to go up and read it. Okay, so 10 days after the Fort New No Moon, April 8, 2025, to the team of the Big O's deconstruction of the Olympic Stadium's roof. Now, for those of you who don't know, we know Grace is there. So, Grace, you're probably wondering, what's the Big O? The Big O is the way that the Olympic Stadium here in Montreal is referred to, because it's like a big donut. So they call it the Big O. Okay, so to the team of the Big O's deconstruction of the Olympic Stadium's roof. We write to you today in accordance with the Two-Row Wampum Peace Treaty in the spirit of seeking out the truth of what has transpired between the team responsible for the disbursement of materials from the deconstruction of the Olympic Stadium's roof and ourselves. First off, we acknowledge the lengthy delay in response to your letter of March 5th, 2025, but it is always a shock when receiving systemic racism in any capacity, hence the lengthy delay. Upon receiving your letter, of course, we could not believe that we were refused to have any of the materials be dispersed to us as established in our relationship with your team. From the time of our first meeting, live in person at the Big O, November 27, 2024, see attached video. That's the video that we first were looking at. We were welcomed with great enthusiasm from the team and project manager, as they identified we were the only Native people involved in the project. We were happy to hear someone other than ourselves finally addressing the IPCC statement regarding 2030, along with a call for a closer collaboration in terms of the environment. At the time of our second meeting, on your team's platform, January 9th, we had our team of engineers, technicians, professionals, and volunteers from different fields along with the complete plans of what we intended to do with the materials in question in its entirety. These plans had identified the size of the Peace Lodge of 40 by 80 foot by 30 feet high based on Hemp Creek construction, which is a very different process from standing building methods. Given the late date that we had become involved and that our engineer and architect were not available in those times, the Big O team understood that we would take any amount of wood material they could allocate to us. I specifically stated that we would take all 118 pieces of the BC fir to incorporate in the structure of the Peace Lodge, as it was identified that, given all the encroachment upon the native peoples out west to attain those BC fir timbers, at least those timbers would have been recycled back to native people, affecting a small gesture of reconciliation. We were even able to provide our own transportation of the timbers and the 8 steel tube columns that were on our list. The only things that weren't identified as a specific amount was the BC fir timber, plywood, and any other wood materials to which the previous was stated of us being able to take all of it. During that meeting, your team stated that we were to be treated separately from other projects since there was a willingness to accommodate ours in the spirit of reconciliation, and we would be given the materials, even offering us access to engineers from the Big O team. In that meeting, we were pretty much assured by the Big O team that we would receive at least some of the materials in question, and we were certain of it through your team's continuance in our mutually beneficial relationship, right up until one of the Big O team members, who previously had limited participation, outright asked us, what if the band system was to be involved? To which I immediately responded, then we will have nothing to do with your project, as we have nothing to do with the British imposed genocidal elected band system. It was never identified to us that you require any native participation as having to accept the genocidal colonial band system. However, with this being a prerequisite from within your administration, reveals that you do not respect the original people's identity, nor do you care of how to have proper relations with native people. We do not function nor do business like the larger colonizing society, and it is clear that no effort is made to reconcile this difference on your part. On January 23rd, Andrea Borjorquez sent us an email to facilitate our further interaction, which our team understood to be a positive step. But it seems that it is at this juncture where previous understandings between us and the Big O team had devolved. We understood that the purpose of our team's meeting was to establish the materials we were interested in, along with the amounts, and was recorded on your team's platform for your team's future reference. So our understanding was that the Big O team had the complete list of what we were requesting. In that meeting, when it was asked to us, what if the band system is involved? We knew that question, and the way it was asked was of a systemic racist colonial mindset, basically demanding that we accept in advance the British imposed genocidal elected band system in order for us to receive recycled materials originating from our lands and resources in the first place. This is a blatant example of systemic racism woven into the political fabric of Canadian society as a whole, to demand in advance that we accept the non-native systemic racism or be squeezed out of our own identity in our own homes on every level. All of which goes against your own statement of your call for a closer collaboration in terms of the environment. Subsequently, for legal purposes, we asked the following questions. 1. Was this decision to refuse our involvement in the project made solely within your administrative team at the Big O? Or was this decision made, as your team made known to us, right at the highest levels in the Quebec government, making your refusal to grant us the said material of a political nature? 2, could you identify to us what is the specific selection criteria that we did not meet in order for the decision to be made against us being recipients of even just one single 2x4 or sheet of used plywood? 3, how do you justify refusing even just one piece of BC fir timber not being recycled to the only native participation involved in this project, when we had made it known all along that we would take any material that you could spare, even if it was a 2x4 full of nails? We appreciate your response to these questions as it relates to our claim of systemic racism within the decision-making process of the administrative team handling the disbursement of recycled construction materials from the Olympic Stadium. And it's signed the way that I always sign it, Stuart Meyer, Wolf Clan representative, Ganyangahaga Traditional Council. Okay, so we can stop sharing that. Okay, so this might seem like a small thing or a small issue, but it's important to know that here in Montreal and in so-called Quebec, that the Olympic Stadium, the Big O, is it's a sore thumb. It's an issue that's been rising up in the public ever since they built it for the '76 Olympics. That it's just a money pit, an endless money pit that they keep throwing money in, money. So this is the first time that there has ever been any effort such as this to remediate materials from such a huge project that is not just a city project, it's a provincial project. It's the team told us when we were present at the Big O, they told us that this project, everything, though there's a team there, all decisions are made at the highest levels in Quebec. That it's handled right at Legault's table. So this, in order for us not to receive any materials, it's coming right from the highest levels of Quebec, because we do not recognize the British imposed genocidal elected band system, because they are the ass kissers that have their head up the white man's rear end to accept absolutely any genocidal policy coming down the pipe at them. And right now, this is what they are doing, and getting they're getting caught in the casino trap of being sued by a non-native mafioso guy who they first sold permits to have a casino here, and where they have these plans of creating a big casino complex right next to their high school here, Ganawagi, the survival school, which right now they're telling everybody that a brand new building that they built, multi-million-dollar building, they're telling everybody that's a cultural center. It's not a cultural center. Part of the casino complex that they're building. And oh yeah, maybe in the future they'll say, oh, it's a cultural center. It's going to be the part of the casino complex that you walk through and you look at, oh, there's little feathers on the wall there. And oh, look, there must be Indians around here or something. And they'll show old pictures of Ganawagi. But it's all part of the casino complex. And they're all part of receiving this money from the province to genocide the people of Ganawagi. And here, the Longhouse up the hill is the only people left standing against the ban system. The Christian Hansel Lakers, that's the ban system. The 207 Warrior Society, they've been in the pocket of the ban system forever. They all work for the ban system. The ban system uses their house. So we're the only ones fighting against the British imposed genocidal elected ban system. And this is the reason why they refused us any materials, because we met all the criteria. We presented a plan far beyond what any others have created, and they've been involved, like we said, 6, 8 months, 10 months before we were. Because we had an established plan for like about 4 years since the beginning of the pandemic. So that they could say they can't say there's any criteria that we did not meet. So right now, where this stands is we sent this letter to them yesterday at 7 o'clock. Today, we bring it up, it's public now, so now after this, now I start plastering it everywhere. We're gonna send it out everywhere, and we're gonna let it work that way. It's gonna go into the court of public opinion until it's time to take a further action. So one of two things is gonna happen, that it'll go that route, or else they're gonna come forward and ask us what we want. And so, that's where this issue stands right now. There's nothing really to discuss on this. There's nothing to open up for anybody. If you have anything to say about the document, well, you can write us later. There's no debate on this. It's already gone out. So this is information, for everybody. Okay, so now, we got something else. Something else to address. So like we told you tonight, get ready. This is gonna be a roller coaster night. It's not gonna be for the faint of heart. Okay, so are you ready? We might as well just get right into this. This is something that we that has been coming, but it's just hard to deal with. Okay, so anyways, let's just get into it. Oh, you can read it.
I'm gonna put it on the screen. I'm just gonna introduce myself. I'm gonna put it on the screen. And then
I can do that. You think?
It's gonna go as a juego. Divididos está Soko, exotangajes kwa Panchita, de ganarse planera en datos kwa Elsa. Dapat itinusagi, Meshika Manalista, Hinatahini, Yokinostabisa, and Cabral, and Sasnia, and Yangapala, and Owabu, and Disney Sabi, and Warabi. We are here as temporary representatives of the Life Givers Nation, and Angel, a temporary turtle plan representative, and also Crossing the Fire temporarily for the Bears, and myself. We have an announcement to make on behalf of Elsa. So to facilitate this, there was a letter that was written. So we are gonna each read a little piece of this letter on behalf of Elsa. So I'm gonna start, and why I start is because the wolf clan, the female side, won the ball game, so that's how we start. Then we're gonna continue with the female side of the house, so we're gonna go to Angel, and at the end there's gonna be Betsy Lanzarillo reading the last part. So do you want to share it, or because
Well, you got so many things here. I don't know
well,
what
that's
it
it. I didn't particularly was thinking on sharing it so that people can see Elsa.
That's
and
why
not-
it's supposed to be in Spanish there too, right?
Yeah, but that's not gonna be simultaneously. Because there's also the French part. Okay. So. My name is Elsa, daughter of Lizon, granddaughter of Leah, great-granddaughter of Adelina. I am from the Wabanaki Nation, and in the Life Givers Nation, I am temporary Bear Clan member. This is to announce a very hard decision I have had to take. I would like to honor what I have learned from the great law of peace and let everyone know. In delicate matters, the people need to have access to all of the information so there is understanding. This is also in the hopes for everyone to be able to respect my will. As you all know, I was struck with the sickness of Friedreich's ataxia when I was 15 years old due to a vaccine that I had at 13 years old, which triggered the dormant gene, and since then my body started slowing down progressively. What this sickness does is that it hyperactivates the nervous system. Therefore, muscle coordination, speech, hearing, and more loses effectiveness over time. Eventually, the heart can stop beating. Even though I had a life expectancy of 40 years old, year after year, when the cardiologist would examine my heart, he was surprised of the fact my heart was strong and healthy.
When I met the Longhouse, I was still walking with my walker. I could still go to the moon ceremonies at the mountain with my electric scooter, and I was pretty able to do many things. I even moved to a place where I could receive care while being autonomous. I could cook, paint, and more. Unfortunately, in the spring of 2021, I had an accident with boiling water that fell on my legs, and I had to spend time at the hospital. From there, things started degenerating faster. In January last year, my mom passed away, contributing to an infarction, minor heart attack in April. I had to spend more time at the hospital, which hugely debilitated me and made me lose my heart capacity, contract diabetes, causing me to lose the capacity of being able to do many things with my own hands. I also started having spasms in my legs, and they have become more frequent and so painful. Doctors say that they can spread throughout the body. I cannot imagine what the pain will be like when that happens. Nothing helps relieve the pain. Cannabis oil, pills, injections. I have tried it all and it does nothing for the pain. I always knew these things were coming, but to live them so fast right after my mom passed was a real toll on my body, my psyche, and my spirit. Things should be dealt with in family. Everyone should act within the Longhouse ways, but as we all know, our families were genocided many generations ago, leaving everyone an identity-less and cut from each other. The place where I live has workers that help me. It is a place that I created along with other people that have mobility issues like me. But lately in this place, I have been having a hard time. They have been telling me that I should get a place in a CHSLD, which is a long-term care hospital. From my experience, I know that going to a hospital is the end. So I take the end in my hands. I have requested the medical assistant in dying, something that I had considered and made the necessary paperwork to obtain, and after a long process and much thoughts, I have finally obtained a date of April 17, 8 days from today.
I am here in front of you all to say that this is not easy. I know not for you, not for me, but I ask you to respect my long mediated and solid decision, not to question it and not to try to make me change my mind. I go with a happy heart of all what I have lived and shared with yous in the 2-row Wampum working group. Do not feel sad. My ashes will be spread in the Longhouse ceremonial garden on Guanaritsta, and my energy will be transferred to what my heart has cherished the most, our people going back to their original instruction. To the love of our mother, to the great law of peace, back to the garden. So we read this off tonight on behalf of Elsa, because as you all know, if you have been with us, you know that it is very hard for her to speak. And it, like she said, many, as you know, her motor skills are deteriorating. So it's hard for her to speak for a long time and to just to be able to. It would have taken hours for her to speak that. So This is the reason why it was written down and it was agreed between the three of us to read it on her behalf. Like she said, it's a heavy heart for herself. It's a heavy heart for us. It's a hard thing to deal with, but within the reality of being alive, being in a longhouse, you might have to bring a baby into the world and then have a council about something and then maybe have to bury somebody. This is the reality of daily life of everyone. But in everyone's life today, we've relegated these real things to other people to take care of for us. So nobody knows how to take care of the dead anymore. Nobody knows how to take care of even a birth any longer. So when real human things are happening in our house, it doesn't happen in our house. We got to go somewhere else to cold cement walls of a hospital to have a machine say, okay, this is the proper way to be born, or this is the way that you have to die. You have to be in this hospital and you have to be on their medication and whatever. So this is the reality of that. Nobody knows how to deal with these real human things anymore. And the reality here is how we are confronted with something that we may not have been confronted with for well over, I'd say, over 150 years, where you might say, hey, we didn't have this what's available today. No, but it is a reality that back in the day, that when an elder felt it was their time and they didn't want to be a burden upon anybody, that it was the common practice that the elder would just get up while they are still mobile enough and they would just walk into the forest. And everybody would know that when you would see that happening, you don't go and try to bring that person back into the longhouse or into the village, because their mind is already there. They are already dealt with this thing, things that we will not possibly know, because it is not us, it's not our path. So here now, the reason why this comes out in this way is because there's so many people who have been touched by Elsa, so many people who love Elsa, who love you, so many people who did, so many people who, even if it's not been a direct interaction, who will be affected by you. And if we didn't say anything, if it was just for the world to find out 3 weeks from now that Elsa's gone and we knew about it, then people might maybe get mad at us, and maybe even develop an anger towards Elsa as to why didn't we know? How come we couldn't communicate beforehand? So this is the reason why, to take all of this into consideration, that if we were all in the longhouse together, as you see us on the screen, all of us there together, if we were all physically in the same place, the same house, living together, and one of us, Elsa, was in this condition, experiencing what she's experiencing, we would all know about it. There's nobody who would not know about it. You would not be able to shy away from the pain that she has to endure. You would not be able to shy away from the fact of addressing that and knowing that she has addressed this. And so these are the things that we have to learn how to manage once again, because what we're seeing now, this might be maybe a bit of a prediction, but it looks like what we're seeing is that it's kind of like every man for themselves now. And when it is that, it's then groupings of people who we can trust with each other, who we can trust being around. And when we are in those groupings, we will have to take care of each other. We will have to help a mother birth her baby. We will have to take care of a body when they have just passed, and we will have to bury them. So there are all of these things that we have to get back to our humanity, and this one thing has already taught us something. It's teaching me something. Of course, it's not something that I wanted to learn. It's not something that I ran to freely, It's something that is a reluctant thing, but we do not shy away from the necessities of each other, of what. The fact that Elsa needs our help. She needs our assistance. She needs our support, our backing. And for me, I know we've already gone through that whole process anyways. Of the first time anybody's hearing this, you might say, well, what about this? There's this treatment or there's that treatment. Did you hear about this? Or what about this painkiller? Like she said, believe it, she's been through it all. She's the one in that circumstance, and she's the one that has had to endure it and deal with the medical industry and other things of what's best suited for her. And so we may not like it. I may not like it. I don't think anybody's ever going to like it. But it's a matter of that, again, accepting and supporting when somebody is in that way. This could be a split, it could be a split mind thing. So for some people, it might be too hard. If it's a split mind thing, then perhaps you need to step back out of even this Zoom right now. If it splits your mind too much for you to be able to address it. But I'll say to you that it's either you begin to learn how to address it here in this way, or when it does hit you harder at home, it's going to be almost impossible for you to be able to address it. Okay, so from here, this is uncharted territory. I do not know where to go from here. I don't know what to do. I don't even know what to say, if we should open this up to questions or not. Keep in mind that Elsa has already said, no questions. No, don't put more on her, because it's hard for her, even just to answer, or to focus on something. She's being bombarded right now all day long by her family, by the legal issues that she's got to deal with beforehand. So it's very hard. We give this announcement right now to everybody to let you know that if there is something you want to say to her, make it an email, and do not expect that email to be answered. Don't expect an answer. You'll be lucky if she gets to read it, because of how much of her time is consumed right now. So maybe she'll get to read it, but that's the most that like as far as like an open line of communication with her right now. Okay, so I don't know. Maybe I'll just shut up right now.
Well, there was two people that had raised their hand when you said, I don't know if I should open it. They lowered it. I say,
Well, I don't know. I don't know here either. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to do. Elsa, you're here. I don't want to put any pressure on you.
I wouldn't mind answering, trying to answer. I don't know how much can I talk, but I will try my best. So no problem. If you have something, some question, I'll try to answer.
Okay, so then just keep in consideration that. So if maybe it's more of something that you'd like to say to Elsa. If there is a question in there, try to really focus your question. Try to keep it limited. But if there's just something that you want to say, then yeah, this is the time. Yeah, okay, so whoever's got their hand up, we'll go to them.
Ok, Elsa, est-ce que je peux te parler en français?
Oui. Ben oui.
Oui. Alors, je voulais juste te dire que j'étais extrêmement contente puis heureuse de t'avoir connue.
Ben oui.
Puis, je, je suis derrière toi si tu as besoin de moi. Entre-temps, peut-être pour te tenir la main ou jaser avec toi, mais excuse mon émotion,
Ben,
mais t'as été quelqu'un d'important dans notre vie, tu comprends, depuis toutes ces années-là.
ça va t'exiger des
Alors, je te remercie.
mains.
Mm,
Des
Je,
mains.
mm, je te remercie, Elsa, de nous laisser la chance de te dire au revoir. Tu es la troisième personne dans ma vie qui s'en va comme ça. Et je comprends ta décision. Je suis derrière toi. Et puis, ma peine est juste de perdre encore une personne extraordinaire sur la planète. Ça me fait beaucoup de peine. Mais pas ta décision. Tu comprends?
Oui,
Alors, je t'aime et puis,
merci.
euh, c'est ça.
Moi aussi, je t'aime.
Alors, si tu as besoin, n'oublie pas. Moi, je ne sais pas où tu es présentement, mais je m'organiserai pour aller te voir. D'accord? Je
Oh,
t'aime.
ouais.
Translate, somebody's gotta translate that. I know it's hard, but somebody's gotta translate it.
Mainly, she said that she won't judge. She don't judge. She support her. She's sad that she's leaving because she known a few people that had to leave the same way. She's not. She said something about not being sad for some. I don't remember this part, but overall, she said also, "I love you. I'm there if you want me to go take like hold your hands or whatever you need. I'll make sure I'll organize to be there if you need me." Um, and yeah, she said, "I love you. I'm happy I know you. You're a beautiful person." Mm.
Okay, well, we
Joseph,
keep moving, man.
Elsa, my sister of the Longhouse. I'm so privileged to have met you. You've taught me so much, and you've challenged my thinking in so many ways and helped me grow. And I think it's important you understand that before you go.
Yeah, thank you. Sorry, the emotion.
It's okay.
Thank you, Nana.
I cry because I know I'm losing something, and it's okay. And I know this isn't easy, and I can only imagine what you've been through. And like Lucy said, I wish I could be there to hold your hand, but know that my spirit is with you. And you won't do this alone. You've got a whole longhouse behind you. And I love you too. And I wish you the best on your new journey. This is not an end, it's a beginning.
Yeah. It's energy. Going from one realm to the other. And the energy, we're all connected. We're all connected, and even though the realm of the people passed away, and even though we're all connected, and the big love continue. So I love you all. And Joseph, um, we um we had a really good exchange and good laugh. And for me, it's we always had a really good connection. And I love you.
We should, Grace is next, we should keep moving.
Hello, Grace. Hello.
You're muted, Grace.
I don't think, yeah.
Hold on. There, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I I had a feeling there was something like this tonight. Yeah, you're so beautiful, Elsa. When I first found out about the Longhouse and began watching the Zooms and I saw you, you are so beautiful. I'm telling you, I just thought you're the most gorgeous woman. And your heart is so good and you're so kind-hearted. And just love you. And you're just such a bright light. And I think that no matter what, you're going to continue to be a bright light. You are. You are.
Yeah.
So whatever you need to do here, you know your situation better than anybody. And I'm honored to be here because I don't think any of us really kind of know how to deal with death anymore. And gonna happen to us all. So
Thank you, Grace.
yeah,
Love you.
you're much loved.
Yeah.
Right. So come see me after. I give you the invitation. I've seen you all in dreams. I've seen you all in dreams and known you all in that way. And I know there's a continuation. So that's an open invitation. You come see me.
We.
Love you.
Wait. Oh, my love to you. Right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Alain?
We're gonna keep moving.
Elsa, comment dire au revoir, je ne sais pas. Mais j'envoie du cœur. Puis certainement, quelque part, on est tout un.
He said that I don't know how to say goodbye, but I know that we are all one. And France also wants to say a word.
Go ahead.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
I knew that.
Hi, Pam.
Hello, Elsa.
Hello, and
Govinda is there too.
hey, Govinda.
Hello, beauty. How are you? Just a few words for me. I You're in my heart since the first time I saw you, and you will always be in my heart. I meditate on you and I pray for you and I love you.
I love you.
It's gonna be a tough thing now to you were my first inspiration to go to the longhouse. And as you know, we've been through so much ourselves too. But I know that I don't hold you any bad feelings about your decision. If you need anything from me or from us, let us know. We could be there for you. And it's gonna be a new life. I hope that you will always be an inspiration for all the people that will come and join the Life Givers Nation. You were there from the beginning, and if people that join us do just 10% of what you did, we will go forward and we will do great things to bring back the great law of peace in our communities. It's a very tough thing to hear that, but I'll be there for you if you tell us the time and everything, and we could all pray together. We could all do ceremonies in our homes and stuff to help you go through the next part of this afterlife. I love you, my friend. Je t'aime tellement, ma belle Elsa.
Moi aussi. Voilà. I love you both. And thank you. Thank you so much to be here. Because like you said, we were there when when the Leftovers Nation was founded, and we're still here today. So I think it's a shining example of how evolution can grow, and we today it's also part of this evolution to be able to address it altogether, because in so many ways people today that they are separate and living the hardships all by themselves, and so it's a shining example of doing another way. And we are making it possible, and it can be an example. So it's all about love, and it's about a good feel. And we shouldn't be scared to do this, but it's a scary thing, because you never know how people will react, and just for witnessing that some people might not know maybe about my sister. I can assure you, I started seeing reactions like Stuart was mentioning in the beginning. That maybe some people might be angry because they didn't know. And after she passed, I saw the reaction, and I gave a call to my cousin to make it known in the family and friends, because it's something that people should be told, that we shouldn't be getting those news, and then you're going back home, you're alone again with your sadness. So at least here we are talking, and we can make it easier to regulate each other, to give each other a hand, support, emotional support, and we can talk. And this is one thing. There's so many situations that people are not in a community. They're not in, like as if you are walking next to your body. So many different situations that people get to live by themselves. So it's a beautiful thing to be able to talk to each other and to say to each other that we love each other. So I love you too. Thank you. Love you, love.
Well, we all love you, Elsa. Everybody loves you. I'm pretty certain everybody that's ever come into contact with you has always have all felt this way. Like Govinda says, when anybody sees you, you're a ball of light. You're a hope that people aspire towards. To that they would be that light that you carry. Anyways, we're learning a lot of stuff here, and I'm not talking about right now tonight, but ever since we've been in this, it's been a little while now that we've known about this, and for me, some of you will be able to detect now that I wrote a post a few weeks back there saying that I heard something terrible and I got to talk about it. It's got to come up. It has to. It was kind of like eating me up inside of when I'm talking to people who would know her and that they should know of what's happening, but I'm not telling them. So it was like, yeah, like kind of like eating me up on the inside of not being able to speak about this. But now tonight, now that we're here at this stage, then it confronts so many things. We just think of what she just said so that we can love each other. What life is all about, so we can love each other. But look what's going on in the world. Something is against love. There's billions of people who are against it. Billions of people who actually hate love, who want to kill it. They'd rather be at war, killing people, than being in love, loving their life, loving each other. We love our children. Those other people that don't look like us, they love their children too. The non-native world only positions itself as adversarials against each other, so that you don't have the right to experience the love of that I do in loving my children. You don't have that right. And you think I don't have the right that you have, and all we do is fight against each other and kill each other. And this is what's going on in the world. 8 billion people are doing this, and we're living and we're dying every day, being born into it, and we're dying out of it. And when people die out of it in those last minutes, this is where you see of what your life could have been and what it actually was. That we all contributed, that we're all enslaved into war, into killing each other, where we can't be that love. Just to love being alive, just to love feeling the sun on our face, to love to see each other, to laugh and talk, like what she said. Elsa has asked us to help her in this time, to help manage, like all of it. So this is what we will be doing. As much as we can. We're trying to be there with her, with you, Elsa. We just go sit there, watch movies with her. We all pass out, fall asleep, wake up, it's time to go home. What did we do? We loved each other because we were comfortable being with each other and we were happy being with each other. And when you have that, you got to cherish it. You got to nurture it. It's not something that you crumple up and throw away like garbage. When people do this, it's violence, it's war, it's disruption. When in the longhouse, like what Elsa identifies about what she's gonna do, she's gonna return what she always cherished, returning back. So returning back to longhouse, when we're in longhouse, each of us are rafters in the house. And when you're a rafter, you have people underneath you who are dependent on you to keep them safe, to keep them sheltered, to protect them. Once you put your rafter there, it's illegal for you to pull your rafter away. So we in the longhouse are there to the end in this love of each other. There's lots of responsibilities that come with that. Things that I've learned, like with my father, about how to take care of the dead. I've never known that in my life. I've never known anybody to take care of our own dead. Nobody has ever done that. It's been at least 100 years since our people have taken care of our own. We were the first to do that with my father, to put him away in a traditional burial, in the traditional way. And I never knew it, but I had to do it. So we were walking in uncharted territory. It was unstable ground. We weren't certain. Just like now, we're not certain, but we got a lot more certainty under our belts than when my father was passing. So we know a little bit more of how to deal with things such as this. But still, no matter what, it's always it's a sad thing, but a happy thing at the same time. We don't say goodbye to Elsa like, no. We celebrate her and we send her on her way, like what Joseph said, in the next part of her journey, which is great. as we've said many times, if it was you, think of this. If you're going to, you always wanted to go to someplace all your life on your world's greatest vacation. And when you're just there, maybe getting on the bus or the airplane, imagine if you see your friends and family back there and they're just crying. Are you going to be happy going on that vacation, leaving something that you knew that you looked forward to all your life? So this is the kind of thing that we have to, way we've got to conduct ourselves also. Yes, love, and yeah, you're sad, but at the same time, we're happy. We're happy that you're not going to be in the pain anymore, that you're not going to be in the circumstances that you've been living under. And we're all going to be together in the summertime anyways, when it gets done. Because that's where we're going to place her, where Elsa's going to be. She's going to be put into the ceremonial garden in the Longhouse grounds here. And she'll be, when it gets done. So by the summertime, we'll be seeing her in the Three Sisters. She'll be there in the Three Sisters, pushing those up, reaching for the tallest ever. And we're going to see it this summer, the tallest ever, because of that. For myself right now, I really don't know what else to say, anything else to say. Just ask if there's anybody who's got anything else to say. And if not, if there is nobody else, I think we're just going to sing one short song and we'll call it a night on this.
Céline?
Okay. My name is Celine. I'm the daughter of Fleurette, the granddaughter of Cécile, and the great-granddaughter of Rosanna, and I'm the mother of Roxane. I wish to tell you, Elsa,
Thank you.
that I admire you so much. I've come to observe you when you were telling us the story about how you took the time with other people of your building to put together that it made so much sense to give the opportunity to, I think it's 7 person that you've been getting together to offer services right in the same building. And I've worked in that field and I've never seen that ever happen before. A few moons ago, we were talking, me and Edith in the Wolf Clan, and I was saying that I was admiring you and that your knowledge will be forever in our thoughts and in our, the have the drive to do it and to help others to do the same. So you leave us with a knowledge that we will help others to benefit. And I wanted to thank you for that. Because your courage of going through all of what you've gone through with the same smile that you always did, the same patient, and you've given us strength in many fields. There's always seems that any hurt is so little when we think of you. We think that any loneliness is is never as lonely as when we admire all of the time you've spent. You've had friends around you, and you still had a lot of time on your own, and you were still so happy to see us. And you had lots of gratitude for all of what every one of us did. And we were always felt appreciated. So I want to thank you for that. And I say, on your path, I'll be with you in your thoughts and in my heart. I'll carry you all the way.
Love, love you, love, Elsa.
Love you.
Thank you so much. I remember the first time we partied together at the Longhouse, and that we danced together and we laughed. And this is something I always remember, and it's my relationship with you. It's always been like this, and it's always going to be like this. We have a connection, a special connection together. And I love you. I love you lots. And all this is making us. This is the big love. This is the energy to remind ourselves. Love you.
Okay, what we're gonna do is for everybody who is concerned, who wants to know, you just message us, and on that day, we're gonna identify, we'll put up a post, and we're gonna say, today is Elsa's day. And I don't know if we're gonna do it, make a public post. I think just to the people who are our friends who want to know, who are with us, that we're gonna identify the time. We'll be there with her, and we're gonna identify when things are happening. So that will be open really only then to, I guess, a limited to whoever shows up that they want to be there. Okay, so I guess that's everybody, right?
Yeah.
Elsa, it's up to you. If there's anything else that you want to say here, we'll leave it open for you. If not, like I said, then we're gonna go into singing one song, and I think
Well, the thing I would like to say is, we can stay where we are, or we can try to evolve as humans, and it's an effort to do. It's always every day we have to bring back this work to do it again today. So it's about consistency. about being patient again and still and do the things we need to do to evolve. And I would say that to be able to, we can be magnifying glasses so we can look and perceive and look at life, but we need to be able to go at the macro and go at the micro. So let's say, for example, we saw on the page of on Stuart's page, we saw a star. So this is huge. It's a galactic point of view. Then we can go at the micro and look at the cell division, and we see the same thing. It's just fractals. So we can, I think, make the effort to be able to go from one perception of the inner of the micro, and then we need to go and be able to see the bigger picture. So we can then become more, how can I say, supple.
Flexible.
Flexible, yeah, thank you. More flexible. So I think it's something that is given to everybody, but we need to make an effort. Like going to the gym, we all have muscles, but we need to make the effort every time. And I think we can do this effort, and it's more about the psyche of being flexible and getting to have a vision about life. This vision needs some consistency, and we have to get more and more flexible. And I think from this, we can start to evolve and see that we can change. So I think this is, it's, how can I say? It's, we can touch this. It's for all of us to be able to become. So that's what I wanted to share. Lots of love to you. To all of you, I love everybody. There's so much history and growing. And I thank you all.
We thank you, Elsa. Now we'll go to you. Everything that everybody has identified that we benefit in ways sometimes that we can't even acknowledge in the moment. You know, you could be in a place full of people and maybe get along with all those people, but it's really just one person that makes you want to be there. You know, and that one person is all of us. It's each of us. You know, it's in it. We see it. What we see in you, we see in each of us. Otherwise, we would not be together in the way that we are. So we got to acknowledge from here of how lucky we are that we have been able to come together in spite of the way this crazy world is. You know, to come together with the thoughts that we come together for, the things that we discuss. I don't know if you can find other places that you can do these things collectively the way that we do. I don't know. I don't see it out there, but we got to be very thankful for each other. Don't let the beauty slip away and then appreciate it afterwards. Appreciate it while you got it, while it's there. Celebrate it. Say it. I don't say it in the way that I should, I guess. I don't say it. I'll say it to you, Elsa. Gananunko. Gananunko. Oh, Zabaguego. Yeah. We just, it's maybe that hard outer shell that we have to break through. It's really just in the last few years, well, not the last few years, maybe, I don't know how long now, that even me, like being broken down in our ceremony to even just every ceremony to go around and hug everybody now. That's not something I ever did. It's not something that I ever talked about on the levels of, oh, that I love you or stuff like that, you know, like to comprehend the big love, the gunner of what's it. It's something that we all gotta have, be shown this. We gotta be taught this from the time that we're children. I've said this many times. I see evolution in my two sons, and my mind is with them today because my two sons just lost their grandfather today. But I see this in my two sons. I see my father, myself, and then them, and I see who my father was, and I said, I don't want to be like that. And then I see who I am, and I said, I don't want my kids to be like the way that I am. So I had to do something 27, 26, 25, 20 years ago, all the way along up until now. I had to do something to make sure that my children, my kids grew up in that love. So I had to do something, consciously decide to do something that wasn't done for me. I didn't get it. I wasn't told Gananukwa every day, every time that my father seen me. No way in hell. Never even once in my whole life did I ever get a Gananukwa from my father. No way. That was him and I were like two warriors on the battlefield, that there were certain things that just went unsaid with each other. It was like more of a necessity of each other, an expecting of each other. But I had to teach my kids that right since day one, that's what I started doing. The first instance they were in my hands, kissed them on the lips and tell them and every day. Every time that I see them, they walk in, I get up, I hug them, kiss them on the lips, to the point of where today my sons are grown men, 27, 25 years old, and they got no problem coming up to me in front of everybody, in front of a crowd, coming up to me and hugging me and kissing me on the lips. That's what a father and son should do all their lives. That's what a grandfather and grandson should do all their lives. It's supposed to be that way that elders have access to babies. An elder is supposed to have access to a baby all the time, because that medicine that only a baby carries, if it's not if that baby isn't exposed to elders, then that pure baby love power isn't going into all the areas where it should be, or where it could be. Given that elder that spark of life for that day. Oh, that baby, oh, that baby, feel that power. And that elder can go on after that, have the drive to go on, because there's so many elders that wake up in the day and they don't even have the drive to go on into the day. Things that we got to consider. Anyways, okay. There was nobody else that wants to say anything else. Then it's a heavy. So we're just gonna go into a song and we'll close it for the night if there's nobody else then. Okay. Elsa, did you just put your hand to say something or no? Okay.
I just said tonight.
Okay, so we're gonna go into a song and yeah. No point in talking anymore. Let's just do it. Okay, give me a second here.
Sorry. Girl.
And for those of you who are with us right now and you've heard everything and you know, well, next week or within 2 weeks, you're going to see something else in this image. If you've been with us over the years, and you know that this image behind us has been evolving. You know, first it was just one symbol of the 5 nations, and then we did this, and then there was a painting here, and it's evolved, you know, to become with this really, this is really an iconic image. You know, this is burnt into the minds of many people as representing something. So as it's evolved, it's, of course, it's not just any old thing that we put there, as you know. So it's going to evolve also within this vein tonight, that there is something that Elsa is going to be leaving us that is going to enter this picture here. It's going to be within this backdrop. You're going to see it in either next week or 2 weeks or whenever, and you're going to know that's Elsa. And that's going to be something that it's always going to, you're always going to be one way or another in our minds, Elsa. It's going to be something there. Okay, so I'm sure you can already hear my voice cracking, so. No. Some of you know there's a story to this song. It's a memory with my father. And it'll be a memory into the future with Elsa. Even though we never actually sang this song together or got to dance this song together. Elsa comes here to the Longhouse after the time of which the socials had stopped. We stopped carrying out the Saturday night socials where we'd do the socials, you know, all the songs and dances. We had to stop this at one point because there was no one left but myself to sing the songs. It's just too much to be able for one person to carry out a whole social. So even though we didn't get to do this song or dance to it together, Elsa, this is going to be always now a memory of you. And I'm thinking of those good things with my father. I'm thinking of those things about evolution, about love, about life, about being happy.
Good journey, my sister.